Yeah, before we start the podcast, I guess uh, Nolan's not going to be on anymore. He's chosen to left after stuff about how apparently he was commissioning minors to draw fetish rap art. Yeah, did not know about that.
I mean, I think that pretty much covers it.
Okay, so yeah, so
we don't condone that behavior.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
however,
obviously.
it was Nolan's decision to leave the podcast.
Yeah, he was, as soon as he told us, he decided to leave. So, you know, but it sounds like he's going to be working on himself. So, we support him figuring things out and everything. And sorry for anybody who was hurt by anything that he did.
Mm-hmm.
Is that good? I think that's good.
I guess.
The podcast is still happening.
Yeah.
I know there was concerns about that. But me, Pan, and me, Pan, and Jim are still going to be continuing the podcast.
Yeah. And Spo's here.
Yeah, I'm here. I'll probably
90s Kid International.
I'll probably pop in and out as per usual.
So every 20 podcasts?
What?
Every 20 podcasts?
Yeah, it's like an Easter egg.
Yeah. He's like the, I don't know, but that
And what was it in Mortal Kombat? There was that red ninja that you could only unlock to do a bunch of random bullshit.
Scarlet.
His name. Yeah, that's it.
She's the goth
there's
one.
Ermac is the guy one, and then
Ermac,
Scarlet
that's it.
Ermac, yeah.
Ermac, that's what I'm thinking of. I didn't know there was a female one.
Yeah, let's start the podcast.
We're always in our clubhouse getting high. Super fuckers! Everybody wishes we would die. Super fuckers! Here we come like a bomb. Everybody fucking run and hide.
We're always in our clubhouse getting high.
Who did that song? I don't even know who did that song.
The song, the Super Fuckers song, that was taken from the show Super Fuckers, the Frederator show. It aired next to what was it? Bravest Warriors.
Oh,
they premiered at the same time.
Oh, is that why? Because Frederator lets you use it.
Yeah, I mean, I told Fred Seibert himself, and he was just like, "Sure, do it." He was just
I don't think anyone cares about Super Fuckers.
The few times I've spoken to him, that seems to be anything. He's like, yeah, cool. That's cool, man.
Oh man.
Yeah, because he paid me once.
Yeah.
To do
yeah, because I was when I was doing YouTube pre-transition, I was super into making branding and trying to make their community stronger.
Mm-hmm.
I just really wanted to be part of something bigger, especially within a cartoon community type of thing. And so I made the bumper that's on a lot of people's videos, or the used to be, where it's the Fred bot coming in and doing that. And I did that for free without being asked. I was like, hey.
The little badge that says partner of Frederator.
Yeah, so the badge was something already made, and I animated it into a thing that people could put in videos.
All right.
And that was just an act of goodwill. But then apparently Fred saw it and goes, "They did it for free?
What?
Pay them."
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
That's cool of him. I didn't.
Yeah.
I think they're just now starting more of a community thing through Discord. So it only took them 6 years.
I don't know what's Frederator's up to. They exist still, apparently.
Yeah,
they do. They do.
107 facts still, or what?
I made one a long time ago, and the team that worked on it, I was never really sure who that was. It wasn't. Interns. No, they were paying people. The last couple years.
You can pay interns.
Oh, that's true. I don't know. I never met the people, but
no, because I went and visited them once. And while I was visiting, they kind of showed us these are the people that edit our videos. They're interns, and I was like, cool.
Oh yeah.
I also had to see like they had like 2 artists up front that were like paid artists working on like assets for being Puppy Cat. But it was like weird that it was just like 2 little like open space cubicles.
That is weird.
in,
Yeah.
like,
Oh, I think that was a previous office, maybe.
That was in California.
Oh yeah, then this is a different thing. Never mind.
Yeah.
It's just like 2 cubicles for the animation department, and then a whole building for the 107 Facts department.
Oh man.
Yeah.
No, yeah, but now I think they're all work from home now. But
Oh.
I don't.
Yeah.
They just
Well, yeah.
they're just
It
my
makes no
manager.
sense. It
It's
makes
just how
no
most
sense to bring
things are.
people in.
Yeah, I mean, and Fred's gone too, so it's definitely
What?
different. Yeah, you didn't know that?
I don't know anything that's going on with Frederator at all.
You should. They have several times asked me. there was like, is Pan okay? I'm like, I think so. Why? And they're like, he just asks where his money is. That's the only thing.
Oh man, I was
And,
having
like,
issues. I don't know what to say to them. I just remember having issues one time where it was like I didn't know where my paycheck was going.
Any con, there was like, is that Pan right there? And I'm like, oh yeah. Do you want to meet him? And I always feel like how am I this intermediary? But yeah,
I don't know. I'm very bad at
Feels
talking
like
with
you're the
people.
only person who is still talking with Frederator, and the rest of the community
I
is
mean,
just moved
Well, no,
on.
I think most of them do. It's only Pan's the only one who doesn't talk to them.
I mean, they could talk to me. I'm bad at talking with people. I don't know. I just.
But if you wanted to have like a meeting
Alright,
with
no way.
someone,
It's not.
Yeah. Let's confirm this. As people who are on the podcast, I literally only talk to Pan on the podcast.
Yeah, I'm pretty.
Wait,
yeah, actually, I will
does
say most of
Pan
my
not
relationship.
DM you guys sexy pictures of golf girls,
No.
or is that just me?
No.
I don't want to get
No,
called out.
most of our relationship with Pan, the
You hear it, you're
listening
there.
audience has heard. Yeah,
Yeah.
other than
Yeah.
MomoCon,
I'm
and a lot of that you've seen. So
very
Yeah.
lazy. You know, I kind of keep to myself most of the time.
Pan has texted me, and I'll DM him if like I see something. Like I saw a podcast I thought he'd like, and he'll be like, "Thank you." You
Damn.
know.
Sometimes it'd be like 4 a.m. and Pan would like DM me, like he'll send me a picture of some like cosplayer with like fat tits, and I'd be
That's
like,
a
"Yo, check
lie.
this out."
That
And
is
I'm
a
like, "Whoa,
lie.
Pan! I'm a married man. I don't know why you're
I don't
sending me
do that.
this."
You're married? What the fuck?
No, I'm not. I'm not married.
Oh, okay, that'd be wild.
Wow, your life fell apart real quick. That was
Yeah. Yeah. I got married at the age of 12, just like my old man.
Fuck that. I ain't doing that.
No, but Pan sends me like, I don't know, like he'll be like, "Yo, check out this robot." And he'll send me like a picture of a robot.
What?
And I'm like, yeah, I guess it's a robot.
I ain't never sent you a photo of any damn robots.
Yeah.
you sent me
Okay.
you sent me
I'm-
like a little video of robots, and you're like, "Whoa, check out these robots." And I'm like, "Okay."
I'm gonna check my DMs. I'm gonna see where's the fucking robot. I don't remember.
All right,
the
I'm
robot.
done lying. So basically, Pan tricks me every time. He's like, "Hey, look, here's a cute golf girl," and I click on it. And it's just pictures of his dick.
That's a fucking accusation. No, that's a lie.
Wait,
That is
he
a lie.
did
That is
that
a
to
lie.
you too? Wait, Izzy, he did that to you too?
Oh God! I'm glad I'm not the only one.
Speaking of robots, I gotta find the robot lobster
It's okay.
restaurant.
One time, Pan sent me a link to this maze game that I thought was really fun until like the Exorcist face came up, and it's like, what the fuck? I thought this was a fun maze game.
No,
It's scary.
One
spooky.
time, Pan told me he was gonna change the name of the podcast to the Lemon Party podcast, and he sent me a link to the new website, and I clicked on it, and I'm like, "Oh no!"
This,
Oh
ain't,
no!
this ain't lemonade mouth.
Oh man, did he also send you the one where he dipped his dick in cheese?
That's
I think he meant that one
Yeah.
for you.
no.
Oh yeah, that was for me.
Speaking of robots, have you heard of the Chinese? Let's see. It's called the robot lobster restaurant. Hang on. Here's a link to it.
the
Oh.
robot. Wow.
This image is not loading.
Shit.
That
Here-
sounds like
here's-
a Adult Swim pitch.
Oh no, it's called Robot
This
Captain
seafood
Crab's
restaurant.
Robot Captain Crab's restaurant. You're served by robots, and it's in fucking America.
Oh, I would be down for that.
Hell yeah.
Imagine if robots become like a new. I mean, robots are going to become the new workers, right? But imagine if like people started using some sort of slur for robots.
Whoa,
So like,
clankers.
as like you get like a robot waiter, and you could just call him a lot of slurs.
What up,
Oh,
guy?
They like program robots to feel hurt by the slurs.
Oh.
So people
Why
stop
was
doing
I
it.
programmed to feel paid?
Oh,
I 100% think that'll happen.
robot
Yeah.
clankers.
Humans are hateful enough that they're like,
No.
wait, we can all hate this thing.
No, look at these
Like,
robots. They're
do you-
adorable. Why would people hate
Do you
them?
remember that? Do you remember that hitchhiking robot that, like, I think once it reached
Oh.
Philadelphia, someone beat the shit out of it?
Fuck
Yeah.
Yeah, like it went all around Canada, and then the minute it hit America, it was destroyed.
Oh no.
That's
It's so
amazing.
funny.
Hitchbot. The story of Hitchbot. They killed him.
Hitchbot, voiced by Will Smith, coming to
No.
Pixar, coming to Disney Plus.
Starring Diane Antwoord. It's a sequel to Chappie. The classic.
I mean,
Hell yeah.
I led a bunch of robots out in Boston in the mid 2000s, and look what happened there. So
Uh-oh.
The gym bots, I remember those.
Don't put a bunch of light brights out in Boston too. That's a bad move.
yeah, there are these Moonanite robots that
Yeah.
lit up at night, and they freaked out.
The Moonities.
Yeah.
My favorite. There's a news report where some guy calls them the Moonanites the Moonities.
There's so many
Yeah.
that someone needs to do. I know Pan's done a video about it,
100
but
times. Yeah.
Someone needs to do a better video, is what you're saying.
no, I want like
something. Of
No,
quality.
I want like some person who's not in the cartoon community or whatever do like a podcast on it and having to explain like every little thing about it, because there's so many like what is Aqua Teen Hunger Force? Wait, it had a movie? Like adults, and then the haircut press conference is just downright
Oh,
hilarious.
So it would
It's
be
such-
like a. Yeah.
It's such an Adult Swim gag, but is totally like legally, because they couldn't talk to the press. They had to talk about hair. They couldn't talk about their case, so they talked about haircuts.
This is your family. If you would have had hair.
I don't see any hookers. I'm confused. Is it because I scared them away?
But first, this podcast is supported by $100 donators on Patreon who like to promote CK Draw stuff for the Fairly Odd Parents Art Jam. More info in the description. It's just for fun to make fan art for the 20th anniversary of the Fairly Odd Parents under the hashtag FOP20 and tag CK Draws stuff for it. Hashtag FOP20, Fairly Odd Parents fan art or videos. Also sponsored by the webtoon webcomic HitMal. It's about the world being obsessed over a children's card game, yet one college student has zero interest in it. HitMal, like M-A-L. Our next donator is by Idealix with their own webcomic, Loose Cannon. It's about a young bounty hunter girl in the Old West and ends up on the wrong side of the law. Links to that below on Webtoon. Our next sponsor is RedHuntingCap, an alt-indie band from the Bronx, New York. Follow their Bandcamp and YouTube.
So would it be something like trying to explain my mom the whole Boston situation kind of thing?
Oh,
If
man.
like you need like a newbie or somebody that who just has no idea what Adult Swim or Aqua Team is.
I'm surprised because that incident changed so much that it's not talked about a little more outside of animation and stuff. But
Yeah.
you know,
Oh my God.
Also, I feel bad for that Frederator thing. It's like, damn, I was only there to ask for money. Shit.
Okay, so
Oh.
I just I like jumped in the end of that. What were you guys talking about with Frederator?
Oh,
no,
apparently.
just that Pan,
It's being edited out anyways. Don't worry.
I
about
don't know.
Pan never calls them. You should just say,
I
"Hey,
don't
do you
know
wanna-"
them. They can. I never talk to them. I'm just like, I don't know.
Yeah,
you guys.
Pan
There-
literally held Fred Seibert upside down and shaked all the coins out of his pocket. It was
talked
really
to-
messed up.
I
Wario
remember-
style?
Yeah.
I mean,
Everyone else, like I think Saber and all the other people talk to them regularly. I think
That's
it's just-
normal.
if
I
you
didn't
don't want
know.
to, If you
Damn.
don't want to, you don't have to. I think when you did, you got good advice, and then you don't need any.
Oh well, I mean, I remember I talked to Cade forever ago. He used to be part of Toy Pizza. He was the one that like suggested, hey, maybe try doing a podcast. And-
Yeah, no, he's gone.
And
but
then you said that's a terrible idea.
Yeah.
Well,
And you did it
he
anyway.
brags about that actually, because I remember him telling me about how he got Pan to start a podcast, and it was like a little like gold star moment for him.
Yeah.
Wait, this guy Cade brags about like kind of starting the Pizza Party podcast.
suppose
like
so.
super
suggesting
hardcore,
it.
but you
That
know,
was such a
like
Cade move, honestly.
Like, so if guys, if Cade ever like mentions it around you, like, yeah, I can just imagine Cade being like, yeah, I invented the Pizza Party podcast, and then he just gets beat up.
Oh man, what did I do?
Anyway, should we
I like the guy
actually?
though. Like Cade's cool.
You know, if any
Yeah, he
people
was a nice
I don't know, Cade. We already have bad blood now.
Oh man,
I can't believe it.
Wasn't he one of the people that was on the Sleepy Cabin podcast?
Oh yeah.
thing?
Which was he one of the racist ones?
What?
Which
I
one was
don't
he?
think so. I do not think so.
No.
Did he do that Frederator interview with them or something?
Yeah. Like, he was one of the
no.
people. And I don't know if you guys are familiar with it, but someone compared our podcast to that, which is deeply insulting, and that hurt me in ways I'll never heal.
You guys are never going to recover from that.
That's very insulting. At least Sleepy Cabin is like 10 times funnier.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't even know what that is. What is Sleepy Cabin? What is...
It's a Newgrounds podcast that I think is debunked now. But
Bunch of like Newgrounds guys, and they just say really like funny shit. Like Psychic Pebble was on, and he's the guy with the recent like Adult Swim pilot, which is Smiling Friends, you know.
Oh yeah, I do like Smiling Friends.
Yeah, I think the majority of them became like kind of like Let's Players, and they make money off of that now.
Oh.
Yeah. Funny because they used to make fun of Let's Players on that, then they became what they hated.
Isn't that the Shakespearean tragedy? If you make fun of Let's Players, you're doomed to become one.
Oh man.
Yeah. That's just the YouTube way.
I wish there was like a YouTube option where it's like, hey, sort between videos that are edited and unedited, because you know.
No, there's the live and upload. Oh, you mean when you go to their channel or on?
And just in general, like, you know, like I sometimes see, someone's talking about this one obscure game. It's like, it's just an uncut Let's Play, and they're still at the title screen.
No, they don't.
They could start putting genres of like formats and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I wish I could just type in like video essays to get what I want.
It's like, isn't that what like I always see like those little hashtags on YouTube on top of YouTube videos? Do those like do anything? Like
they help with search.
Yeah, I was like, that seems like that's what those are for.
But those are just a search categorization thing, but they should have a thing where it's like, streamed or live, and this is just an upload. They should have something like that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But like one of my favorite comments was something like, "This was a great podcast, but Pan and Izzy are both cringe." And so we're the only two people that are part of the podcast.
They just like the Friday Night Funkin' guys, you know.
Too cringe to live, too quiet to die.
Oh wait, should we properly start the podcast?
Nah, we already started.
How it is now.
If we haven't started,
hi everybody, my name is CheesyManfredo. CheesyManfredo at Patreon.com. CheesyManfredo. Yep, that's me. Now you're wondering how I got into the situation. Well, it all started when.
What? Did he just die?
He's doing a bit. Yeah.
Oh.
He's doing the freeze frame.
Oh.
So, you want to see how I got here?
This is when Baba O'Reilly starts.
I bet he's already flashback about like his childhood right now, listening to that song.
I flash back to the end of high school, showing my friend Pizza Party podcast, and he's saying like, "This podcast sucks," and I'm like, "What? No, I like it." And then years pass on, and here I am.
Oh,
it's like Wolf of Wall Street. But...
You made videos and tweets about how our podcast sucks.
Yeah. Aren't you the new Nero's Q? Are you the rebooted Nero's Q?
Look, see, this is the problem with the online left, always canceling people for age-old tweets. You know, I said those things yesterday. Come on, it's already old news. Like,
I think this happened in 2021.
Who's keeping track? Who's like, come on, Jim. As a new president, this is Biden America now, Jim. We don't think about the past anymore.
Wasn't that video
sucks until I'm on it?
Wasn't that video mainly to promote your own podcast?
Yeah, tell us about the Cheesy Boys podcast.
The Cheesy Boys podcast. It's pretty great. It's me and 5 other edgelords, and we just say like racial slurs all the time.
Oh damn!
And it's pretty great. It's pretty cool. We're all like very popular people.
Do you have like a Patreon? I want to give you $10,000 a month.
Oh yeah, it's right here. Let me just link it in the description.
It was a little interesting to see someone take down the podcast I'm on and advertise a podcast where Tommy Oliver's on, who I used to also be on a podcast with. So that was a interesting little twist there.
It's all this podcast kind of like incest going on, just so much crossover.
Everyone pretend podcasting isn't boring.
It's just, we've
tell
reached the
Tommy
point of
Oliver I
too
said
many
hi.
podcasts.
Okay, I'll try. I was gonna try to get Tommy Oliver on my podcast. We should get Tommy Oliver on this podcast. That guy's like broke all the time. He needs like the exposure.
We ain't paying money, but sure,
Yeah.
I guess exposure.
That's why I said
Paying
exposure.
exposure. That's all you need. Hell yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, look.
Green Ranger.
That's what Doug Walker's been paying me off with for years now.
Oh.
So.
Yeah.
See, I made a joke. The comments like that when I do that.
Yeah, they like the channel awesome jokes. That's a good one.
God, yeah, I love shitting on Doug Walker on
Awesome.
Twitter. It's always like an instant hit. Like if you're shitting on that guy, your tweets just blow up.
Yeah, fucking gold.
And then some asshole comes by and impersonates you and starts sending gore to all your friends in the DMs.
that sounds very specific
to your situation.
It's happened. It's so funny because when that happened, it's like, oh, it turns out this guy does this to a lot of people.
No, he's done that to me. I've seen that. That's why I don't review his Nostalgia Critic anymore. So it's like, not worth it.
Based
Pretty
and
based.
pan-pilled.
Pretty based and pan-pilled, yeah.
Gotta take the pan pill. What happens when you take the pan pill? What happens if you OD on pan pill?
You turn white.
Oh, yeah.
That's it. You just turn white.
You turn white, your dick shrinks, and you startled.
You turn white. You turn straight. It's the anti-gay.
I'm into whatever. I'll take some twinks, you know.
Are you legitimately pansexual, Pan?
I'll take what I get, you know.
just anything at this point.
I'm just like, whatevs. Hey,
Pan, you gotta, Pan, you're doing it wrong. You can't be desperate. You gotta be a complete asshole to every gender, and then they'll want you.
Yeah.
I don't think that's how that works.
No, that's not.
It's not. But
is that not how you guys get into relationships?
Is
that not how you guys get? Like every person I've gotten into, it started with me shit talking them first.
Whoa,
Yeah,
that's
Cheesy
abuse.
is a very well-known pickup artist. His book is in
Infamous.
description.
Have you not seen any sitcoms, movies, or basically any rom-coms? It always is. It's the guy's an asshole.
Yeah,
it's the very third act.
Yeah, I'm pretty slick about it. You know, I don't let my fans send me nudes. I always ask for nudes in person. You know, like an adult.
Well, like, legitimately, I know we're kind of like doing riffing here, but like, have you noticed how often the portrayal of like straight couples hating each other is, and like in marriages, is like such a prominent part of media to the point where the Addams Family are supposed to be the opposite of normal, and like Gomez and Morticia are like goals.
They're just like, what if a couple loved each other? Wouldn't that be weird?
Bangs.
Oh, and ironically, I love like the "I hate my wife" boomer jokes because they're so fucking ridiculous.
Well, the funny thing is like how that all kind of started in modern media is during the 80s, all married sitcoms like got along, and then like the Cosby Show. This is a joke now, I guess, but in the Cosby Show, that was like it really was. This isn't. Was like a model of like the perfect family and stuff. And what happened when Married with Children and The Simpsons exploded, both those were kind of like these really unhealthy relationships, and that was like considered like really groundbreaking. But since people like love those things so much, it kind of became the catalyst for literally everything.
I would say it starts in like the earlier sitcoms.
It's in earlier sitcoms, but I think which ones are you talking about?
I can't remember specifically because I'm not of that age, but like I know that there's just kind of like my wife, you know, that type of
Honeymooners.
Oh well, that's like an old like.
Yeah,
that's well in the Honeymooners. That's more of a less of the rule and more of an exception, I think. But those kind of jokes are more like the vaudeville comedians. Or who was the comedian? Was it Milton Berle who did that joke? I forget. But there were comedians who did it, but you didn't see it in sitcoms till the late 80s, early 90s as a sort of rejection.
I know Addams Family is like what the 60s or 70s.
It's like it's like 60s, but then like you really couldn't get away with that kind of stuff on TV. Like you really had to be. You might be like, oh, the wife's making me do dishes, but that's like as far as it would.
But they were actually in a loving relationship, and that was adverse to the climate at the time, is what I'm saying.
I don't like, a little bit, but more. I think more so now than then, because like
they're a straight couple, but they love each other like queer people do.
Yeah, I think that's
pretty
more
gay.
Like, it is gay.
Gay for more men.
Because when you think about like you hear like lesbian stories, and it's always about like I woke up and I decided to write a poem about my wife, and blah blah blah. It's like that's Gomez and Morticia.
Is that a thing that people do?
I mean, it was more just that they were. I think at the time it was just because they were spooky, and then because they just decided to keep the Addams Family that way, and so it looks. I think it's just more of where it is now than what it was then.
Man, I fucking hate my wife. TBH.
Yeah.
TBH. To be honest,
it is like in movies and stuff. That is like a thing that's been around forever. That's constantly like, oh, this girl's so annoying. I can't wait to date her.
It makes sense, like kind of like in a writer kind of sense, because your two characters, like they got to be kind of foils to each other. So it's like, it's a husband and wife, and they don't really like each other. That's
I don't agree.
There's your drama
with like that weak writer defense, because it's just sort of like I only know a couple tropes, and that's the only way I can write. That just makes you sound like a bad writer. That doesn't make it sound like writing forced you to do that.
Jim, it's sitcoms. We're all bad writers.
No, I think there are good sitcoms. I just think like most sitcom writers just like have a glossary book of jokes and just go like, what are the things? That's why there's like not that many great sitcoms, because they get stale. But whatever.
No, I agree.
There are good ones. Like almost every decade has a good one. But anyway, this is not probably entertaining.
Jim, how does it feel like? Jim, how does it feel like to be the only straight person that loves their wife?
Yeah, must be great.
Oh, it's so crazy.
Is it? Would you say it's crazier? Would you say it's crazier than Willy's Wonderland?
Oh man, that's a segue.
That's a
super segue.
I mean, I would say I will raise you and say it's crazier than the Banana Splits movie.
Based.
I felt the Banana Splits movie was better.
I haven't seen that. I haven't saw that one.
Has everyone seen Willy's Wonderland?
I saw both, and I feel like
I've seen both as well.
Willy's Wonderland. I feel like it's fun, but it's kind of one note because they kind of overpowered Nicolas Cage.
Not very scary.
Well, I think that
I don't think it was supposed to be scary.
Yeah,
I think, but like, I don't know. I'm sort of. I kind of agree with you, but I think that the difference between the two movies is Willy's Wonderland is something that they've been developing and working on for a long time. And it's pretty clear, like they spent a little more time like designing things and working on shots. And everyone who worked on the Banana Splits movie was like, look, guys, we had a month and we just threw this thing together. And you kind of get that raw energy in the Banana Splits movie, which I don't think in a lot of ways it might be a worse movie, but just that raw kind of crazy cult movie energy is a little more fun. It's also surprising because you're like, whoa, the Banana Splits are murderers, whereas in Willy's Wonderland it's like obvious to you that they're going to be murderers the whole time. So I think that's
like, I think they're both in that same like, hey, it's it's Five Nights at Freddy's inspired stuff where it's like, hey, we needed a Chuck E. Cheese like characters murdering people. You know what you get. I love what Willy's promises us, and it delivers on it. It overstays its welcome. It's a little too long. Like I don't think 8 animatronics was a smart idea.
Yeah.
I think it should have been bumped down to 4 or 5. Because that's one of the issues that I think it could easily cut out like 20 to 30 minutes of the movie, and it would be like perfect. Kiss.
I think one thing I do like about Willy's Wonderland a lot is that it's very obviously like a very generic horror movie, and Nicolas Cage is just like a very like neutral agent during it all. Like he doesn't care if like kids get killed.
I love the part where he's about to have a fight, and then it's like, oh, it's my break. Sorry, guys, I gotta go.
It's like,
Oh, your turn.
Yeah,
I related to
Tag
that
in.
so hard. He was like, "Look, it's my break. I really don't care what happens right now."
I do have to say though, Willy's introduces the first video game protagonist I've ever seen in a film. Like, it's the most accurate. Like, he's pumping up energy drinks to regain health. He doesn't speak. All the characters have dialogue around that fact. He's overpowered and strong, able to fight stuff. Like, it's just, I don't know. He oozes like a GTA main character before, like GTA 4.
I mean, it's like how Mike from Five Nights at Freddy's doesn't speak, and now he's just
it's fucking Five Nights at Freddy's.
Well, I noticed there isn't, when Banana Splits movie came out, there are all these theories that it was a Five Nights at Freddy's script, even though that wasn't true. That was just this rumor. And we noticed Willy's Wonderland did not get that same rumor, which was interesting. Like, no one started that this time. I was sort of waiting for it. What?
Well, I don't think it's so much like
I think people just
wears it like it has its sleeves up and it's showing you all of it.
Look, it was a different time. It was 2020. There was a pandemic. We had other stuff to talk about.
Yeah. 2020 feels like a decade ago.
Good thing the pandemic is over. Am I right, gamers?
I know that the animatronics had to get changed multiple times. Like, that was like one of the last things solidified because like they had other designs and names, but then like got cease and desist.
Oh man, what the fuck?
Wait, Willy's did?
Yeah,
is there like a list of like which ones got like cease and desist?
Yeah, here, I'll look it up real quick.
I do appreciate how they did design these new characters, and also that I guess they made an original pinball machine just for this movie. Yeah,
that's cool.
Which is awesome.
Yeah, looks cool.
I did describe Willy's as kind of like, it could have been a 10 out of 10 Nicolas Cage versus animatronics movies, but then they taped like a generic slasher film over it.
Yeah,
which like really like really bothered me.
Nick Cage's. Oh, what were you gonna say?
Oh, I was gonna say. So the animatronics was Barry Bear, Douglas Dog, Pirate Pete, Polly Penguin, and Regina Rabbit were replaced with Gus, Gorilla, Artie Alligator, Nighty Night, Tito Turtle, and Cammy Chameleon.
Who the fuck owns these names?
Legal reasons.
I'm surprised Gus Gorilla didn't get a cease and desist. Wasn't there a gorilla in Rockafire Explosion?
I mean, that's not a thing anymore, is it?
I mean, the guy who created it is still around. He gives like little tours of his old animatronic warehouse.
Of his fallen empire.
Yeah. You know that he also invented Whack-A-Mole?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, fun fact for you.
That's great.
Yeah, Willy's Wonderland. Yeah, sucks ass. You're right.
Whoa.
The real good Nick
enjoyable.
Cage.
It sucks ass. It's just, it's so close to being perfect.
It's just like, it's just one note. It's just, you know, I wish they played more into him just like having to take breaks like in the middle of a fight.
Yeah, they didn't really have a ton of fun with it as much as they could have had. But for me, it was like I got exactly what I wanted from it. It wasn't like I saw, and I don't know Izzy's opinion on this, but I know Izzy as well. But I think the VOD movie I liked more was Psycho Gorman. That was my big.
Ooh.
That one was so good.
I gotta watch that one.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that.
Oh, you have to see that.
I illegally download. I mean, I watching it through. I paid for it.
So Psycho Gorman is essentially if a kid had had a controller to control the Power Ranger villain, like just a Power Ranger monster lands on Earth, and they have a thing to where it has to do whatever the fuck she says, and like it progressively like gets worse and worse, but no one acts like it is.
And
like,
the Power Ranger, it's sort of like if Power Rangers was gory, because there's a lot of gore in it, and this character who I think his name. The villain's name is like, I am the evil death spawn of the universe who comes down. You couldn't even say my lengthy name. And then the kids are like, we'll call you Psycho Gorman. And
PG for sure.
PG Psycho. Yeah, it is such a fun energy because it's like this little girl is pretty evil, and she controls like this horrible, like terrible universe destroying monster. Is very, very good energy. I love that. I really love that movie. That's my favorite 2021 movie. right now.
It is really fun. Highly recommend watching it. Like it never, like, I don't know. It stays fresh the entire time.
Yeah.
And it has like elements of sci-fi, elements of Renaissance, like medieval stuff. It has, Power Rangers, gore, cursing.
It's like a cheap movie that like has the perfect budget because all the suits and stuff are like kind of made in a crappy way, but you kind of love it. It's just like,
yeah.
It's
because all you have to say it's adult Power Rangers, and you got it. You know exactly.
Oh,
what
do
it
they
is,
snort cocaine?
No, it's not like the deboot thing. It's its own. It has a real kid energy to it while also being really gory. But
yeah, like it captures the nostalgic feel of like liking these types of movies and Sentai and stuff.
Yeah, it was cool.
Tokusatsu.
Because I agree. Compare Willy's Wonderland versus Psycho Goreman. I would 100% watch Psycho Goreman again, like multiple times, maybe every day.
Do you think
I'm with you,
Nicolas
Izzy.
Cage from Willy's Wonderland could beat up Psycho Goreman if they got into a fight?
Psycho Goreman always wins.
Okay, what about Nicolas Cage from Mandy? Do you think he could beat up Psycho Goreman?
No.
Psycho Goreman always wins.
Okay, what about Nicolas Cage from Ghost Rider? Let's say him versus Psycho
Goreman always wins.
It might be more of a fight with Ghost Rider, but Psycho Goreman's gonna win.
Okay, let's say there was like 5 Ghost Rider Nicolas Cage.
How many Nicolas Cages could take out one?
Can turn you inside out by pointing. Okay, like
but let's say Nicolas Cage. Like, let's say Psycho Goreman had the Declaration of Independence, and let's say Nicolas Cage.
The only way Psycho Goreman could win is if Psycho Goreman and Nicolas Cage were in a face-off type scenario, and then Psycho Goreman was wearing Nicolas Cage's face, and then he killed Psycho Goreman, but that wouldn't actually be the Psycho Goreman. Thus, Nicolas Cage will never be as great as Psycho Goreman, which is whatever.
However, I would argue that the Grimace could take down.
Nothing.
Izzy,
we've talked about this many times. Nothing can stop the Grimace.
Exactly.
Nothing.
I think you accidentally wrote the plot for Psycho Goreman 2.
Oh, if they want to call me, I'm there.
Yeah, they have a Twitter. We gotta add them.
They've liked my tweets before, so they know.
Yeah. Get Jim Gersville to write Psycho Goreman 2. You've got ideas.
If you talk about Willy's Wonderland on Twitter, the creator of the movie will most likely respond to you because he did me.
Oh boy!
Oh, really? What did you say?
I said my honest thing that the movie's great. It's everything I wanted it to be. It could be, it ran a little long, and then he just responds with, "You're already on staff."
What if he said "fuck you"?
What a job!
What if I talk shit about Willy's Wonderland? How do you think he'd react?
He's gonna pop in your DMs and be like, delete.
He's gonna send Willy to my house.
Oh no!
He's just gonna DM me pictures of Willy.
He's gonna send me pictures of my front house, the front of my house.
Oh no!
He's like, "This is your place."
This you, motherfucker.
No, just kidding. Willy's Wonderland was okay, guys. I hope no one in the comment section thinks I'm being serious when I say I think it sucked. It was okay. Do you think you guys could validate me for a quick second right now?
What?
No.
So did you guys think that this might be a very dumb question, but I remember I watched Willy's Wonderland with a couple of friends, and I said that the way they get Nicolas Cage to be the janitor at Willy's is very convoluted. Would you agree with that?
Someone's had to do it.
I mean, I think that's the point of the movie is that they're trying to do that so they can sacrifice him. But
it's kind of a typical B movie plot.
But I'm saying the whole you can't pay for these tires. Why don't you become a janitor at a Five Nights at Freddy's? That part is what feels convoluted, right?
To me, it's like the movie where you explain that totally sucks, and I don't want to see it. So I'd much rather watch this convolution.
Okay. But you agree it's convoluted. I just want to say get a yes or no.
To me, it's like
I'm not saying a value judgment. I'm not making a value judgment.
To me that's beside the point, because it's sort of you need that to make it fun. If you don't have that, it's like saying do I need salt on this? No, but it tastes better.
I'm not All I want is a yes or no. I'm not saying like oh, did it suck because this thing? That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying like, would you say that's convoluted? Like I know they wrote that on purpose.
Yeah, it is, but
it's functionally convoluted.
There's a function. Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah.
The only I don't have a problem with that. My problem is I don't think we needed a deep explanation of why the animatronics are evil.
Welcome to Willy's Wonderland. You spend the night cleaning Willy's Wonderland, and I will pay to have your car fixed. Deal? You are officially on staff.
Like, no one cares. But why did you have to give us 2 backstories?
I'm with you on that. I don't get the. I don't like it when movies are like, no, but let's really like hone in. I'm like, no, in horror, you just want to see the horror. You don't need. Like, there's like 4 people who care about that stuff. Like, you don't need to do that. Yeah. Most of the audience isn't there for that.
What about
make the animatronics? Like something happened once, and then they had to shut down, and then they sacrifice people to the animatronics to appease them for whatever reason.
I would like it more if they just cut to the producer smoking a cigar, and he's like, "Look, kids, Five Nights at Freddy's. The kids love it. I saw this script. I know I'd make some money. Just leave me alone." And then it just cuts back to the movie. Like that. That's all I really need.
I mean, they could have just had it
very Monty Python.
The guy, like, just make the owner of the thing be a sadist that like builds animatronics for fun, and so he purposely builds these things to kill. Done. We don't need.
I don't think the banana splits thing made a lot of sense.
We need the cult thing.
No, it doesn't. But
no,
it's fun.
Give us the cult stuff. But
you would say it's convoluted, right? Am I right? I'm like,
what are you talking?
I don't understand why you're so obsessed with that.
Yeah.
Calm the tits.
I'm gonna get shit on later. I just know it.
Willy's Blunderland, Hong Kong.
See, it's a rookie mistake to read the comments of this podcast.
Yeah.
Too late. I'm gonna get. I read the comments last time I was here on. There was like a lot of people disagreeing with me that the podcast sucked.
Oh.
The people on the podcast didn't disagree with you.
No, we're kind of just
we
accept defeat.
I mean, here's the thing. Like, I know Pan said that people only tend to watch the first 10 minutes of the podcast. So it's like, oh, here's a bunch of people who only seen the first 10 minutes telling me I'm wrong.
Oh. Yeah, like the viewer thing, like the viewer retention averages at 20 minutes. It's whatevs.
Yeah. Most people just don't have the time to listen to podcasts.
Nah, that's too hard. That's too much. Who got the time?
People in the comments, stop responding to the douchebag that keeps like posting, is Izzy a woman or a man or whatever. Like,
dude, fuck that guy. Unironically, fuck that guy. I hate that guy.
Like, I soft blocked the bastard on Twitter because he kept like randomly like saying transphobic shit to me, and like I don't get much anti-trans stuff on Twitter for whatever reason. I just but like that guy kept, and I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna give him the pleasure of me blocking him. I'm just gonna make him unfollow me. So you block him, unblock him, and he doesn't know the difference, and it's been great. But I love that like I'm in his head enough that like it's been like 2 years of this, and he's still posting
rent free.
Yeah, baby.
Rent free. I hope Willy shows up to his house, and let's say he reenacts the movie. Let's say that.
Yeah, I hope Willy gets on a train to his place. Let's talk about Infinity Train.
Oh yeah, Infinity Train season 4, book 4 is coming. Although they don't call it, it's all technically still one season because that way they had to pay him less. Anyway, yeah.
Is that true?
That's really awesome.
Wait, where did you get that from?
I don't know. It was someone dishing on like the production saying like, hey, so the way Cartoon Network works is that one season is 52 episodes. Well, 52 10-minute episodes, which means it's 26 episodes, and that's one season. But in between the books for Infinity Train, Cartoon Network's like, yeah, y'all go on a break, go on a hiatus. We'll maybe call you back or not. I don't know. Whatevs.
Oh, because they released it in the press releases. It was like renewed for another season.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of similar to like the Steven Universe thing where they announced they bought three seasons worth of Steven Universe, but they decided to split season 1 as season 1A and season 1B, and then season 2 and 3 became season 2 and 3, and then 4 and 5. Like it's the same amount of episodes. They just rearrange stuff, possibly for home release. like they get more money by you having to buy. Like if you buy a season and there's more episodes of the season, they make less money off that. On like iTunes and shit.
Because I don't know, just the way they announced it sounded like it was a new season. But
the thing is that like we kind of knew about book 4 for a while.
I didn't. I thought the show was canceled, and then like I think back to the time where someone, I forget who, outside the Cartoon Network building said, "Hey, how come you haven't reviewed it?" And it's like, damn, I haven't reviewed it, and it took forever. Now less people watched it. Which
wait, someone at Cartoon Network asked why you haven't reviewed it?
Oh well, I was outside the Cartoon Network building, just
some random bum or something just like by the sidewalk asking for pennies, like went up to you, "Bad Pizza, why haven't you reviewed Infinity Train?"
I don't know, man. There's lots of things I gotta review,
Didn't that same bum ask you about the Tony Hawk thing too?
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
Didn't that bum like whisper into your ear the day you will die? That was kind of weird.
But to clarify, the reason why we kind of knew about a book 4 is that like there was one of the production studios had posted about book 3 and 4. Like 3 and 4 were ordered at the same time. Which is pretty common for online streaming stuff. Like Netflix always buys their seasons in 2s.
Because it wasn't season 2 of Infinity Train or book 2, made at the same time as book 1.
Yeah, I mean, like how else did the full season of 10 episodes get produced in such a short time?
Yeah, and so I guess they then. Oh, so 4 might have already been done. They just announced it.
Yeah. Like this doesn't mean that Infinity Train's renewed for book 5 or whatever, or like it has a chance with book 5. This is just leftover from before. Like it's been pre-made.
Oh, pre-baked.
I mean, we don't know either way, but
no, it's all speculative. Sure. But
I mean, it does seem like they're into it, but they did give a bunch of other things, 2-season things, and not Infinity Train.
Yeah,
in that announcement.
I hate to say it, but I don't think it's coming back. Like, I don't know how much internet push has to be done get. What's up?
Well, I don't know. I do know they take it very seriously. Like Warner Media does push it fairly hard, and I know that through various people in both the cartoon community and so forth, it has actually grown quite a bit in terms of fan base between post 3. But I don't know if that's enough anymore. And since Cartoon Network's also sort of changing what they're doing, I'm not sure if like it even has a chance getting to book 8, because I don't know if I'm not sure if Warner Media knows what to do with a show like that at this point.
It's mostly Infinity Train doesn't lead itself well to like merge.
No,
not diehard fans would love merge. They wouldn't care. Like a blind box of random characters from the 3 seasons that they're out would be great, but like, it's not like normie or like like average viewer type. Like it's a very niche show.
Yeah,
it kind of reminds me a little bit of Community, where like it's really popular with the people that it's popular with, but outside of that, it's pretty like hush hush.
No, it's done like an old cult sci-fi show, like old Doctor Who before everyone knew about it, kind of thing. But
before it sucked, am I right, gamers?
But at the same time, like the one thing that's working for it, I will say, is streaming services actually like cult shows a lot now, because in their minds, they're like, wait, so you're saying 100,000 people are never going to cancel as long as we keep this show going?
Yeah.
Well, then, like, they actually do look at... That's why you see a lot of cult show revivals, because they're like... In a way, they know that not only are you going to keep the service until they cancel it, but you'll be, like, very adamant about supporting the service. And most cult shows have older audiences, so they know that not to have, like, families and so forth. Yes, they'll know, like... that, for example, Pluto TV really pushes its cult stuff, but they also have kids programming. So like I know it's always Mystery Science Theater with me, so I'm sorry. But with Pluto, like I watched it for Mystery Science Theater, and then I went, oh, they have Dora the Explorer, and then my daughter's watching Pluto. And same with, like, I've heard that from various people whose cult show ends up on Netflix. They just get Netflix because of that, and then the whole family watches it. So the cult thing has a lot of dividends for a lot of these things. So I could see HBO Max just keeping it around, but I know 8 seasons is a lot.
Well,
That's true.
Like the fact that it's animated has a couple of things because, you know, execs still see animation as mostly a kid's genre, especially for something that came from Cartoon Network, when clearly it's a good preteen to teenage show, you know, like ages like 10 to 16 or something. Like that's the, like, obviously, and also 30-year-olds like us, but but because people have been really upset by the fact that Cartoon Network announced that they're headed towards more preschool material, like shifting their goals from like even skewing younger, and like a lot of that is because iPads, pop
them in front of your
kids no longer. Yeah, well, they graduate from toys, which is how most cartoon shows make most of the profit, from toys to games and iPad stuff and digital so quickly that, like, that's why you're seeing a lot of like Transformers and Power Rangers start not selling towards kids, and they're having higher end figures in like Walmart and stuff to sell to the man children that still love that stuff.
Get those gotcha bags or what gotcha toys.
It's also that I think with when you see the Cartoonito thing, it's also because Cartoon Network for a long time got to get away, other than the brief Tickle You period, got to get away with not doing preschool stuff. And I think when AT&T bought Warner Brothers and all that, they were like, wait a minute, like, why doesn't this brand do preschool stuff? Like, and they also, you should remember, HBO Max has Sesame Street, so they have a huge preschool demo. And I'm sure they're looking at it like, how can we get these people to just watch more stuff? So I think, to me, I think the way they announced it Cartoon Network and HBO Max. So I think what they're more thinking about HBO Max than Cartoon Network, because most kids don't watch linear TV. They watch streaming services. So to them, like, Cartoon Network is basically like this thing that they're going to kill off eventually. And it's just like a tab on HBO Max or whatever. And so, like, you know, I think they'll still make animation. I'm not saying that, but I think it'll just be a brand that's on their streaming service.
Yeah, I feel like they'll basically go third party, and, you know,
I mean, it'll sort of just keep being a little tab on HBO Max. But the reason they push the preschool stuff is they know, like, one of the big reasons people sign up for HBO Max is Sesame Street. It's a huge brand, like, it's, you know, and they want to appeal to that. And like Cartoon Network right now doesn't have an Adventure Time or a huge hit, so I think they're kind of like, well, we think this brand is good, but, you know, we'll work on that later. Let's work on what works now. And so Cartoonito is what it's going to be. Yeah.
So, I mean, definitely makes sense from a business point of view.
Yeah. So I don't know, but I think I'm not totally down on Infinite. I really love that show. I just think 8 seasons, you got to be real successful to get 8 seasons.
Hopefully that'd be great.
We'll see about that, but
it's dumb to get 8 seasons. They should have infinite seasons. It's called Infinity Train.
No,
I mean, come on, it's kind of ridiculous.
8 is infinity sideways. It's all part of the plan.
I mean, they said it. What did they revealed that at the Comic-Con trailer?
That's dumb. I hate Infinity Train now. Now that you said that, I'm not gonna watch it now that you said that.
Damn.
Nah, JK.
So when it gets canceled, we'll blame you.
Take me to
go ahead.
No more Infinity.
Do it.
How about no more Infinity?
Bird, lynch me like the witch I am.
How about no more Infinity Train? We go on the Fertility Train. Hell yeah.
What?
What?
No, it's bad. No,
Fertility Train.
So, Ben 10's getting
let's abort the fertility train, Hannah. All right, let's abort this train, okay?
So Ben 10 is getting a crossover with Generator Rex again, and it's also doing a future special called Ben 10,010.
Is that one image where like the future Ben looks pretty schlubby compared to like
he looks like a piece of shit?
I haven't seen any images from this.
I swear I reboot style. Wait, hold up. I think I'll try to pull it up. But the future Ben in reboot style looks like incredibly schlubby compared to the Chad from the original show.
Wasn't that an alternate history?
Character.
Yeah, every Ben 10,000 has been different because obviously new stuff happens. So like, any future episodes like that are more of a what if future, and it's constantly changing.
Yeah.
That's why
so like it's a possible future, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why Ben's powers are slightly different in each one, because I think in the original series he just had older aliens, so they look slightly different.
He just keeps messing up the time stream and changing.
No, it's fine. The aliens are aged up. It's okay for me to draw this.
What?
And then like I think in Alien Force, the other one, he had ultimate alien powers, and then in Omniverse he had the coolest one where you had 2 Omnitrixes, and he combined them so you had like combo, like like 2 types of aliens merged together.
What the
hybrids?
fuck?
I cannot.
Shit, that's
toyetic. Find the picture.
That is toyetic as shit. Hell yeah.
Like, if you guys haven't watched Omniverse and you sort of like the original Ben 10, I highly recommend it. I know that the art style turns a lot of people off, but like it is such a love letter to pretty much the entire series. There are some really bad designs, mostly Gwen.
I'm gonna say this: if you don't like the designs in the Omniverse style, I do not respect you as a person. I tell you that much, because I fucking love Derek Wyatt. I think I think he's an absolute king. And if you don't like his art style, you let's just say we're enemies. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
I met him once, by the way.
Oh.
Cool.
We should get him on the podcast.
Yeah, if he wants to, that'd be cool.
I don't know if he likes social interaction. Like
I don't, and I'm still here. That's not an excuse.
I used to call him Curious Cat and stuff, and like I think he was into it at first, but then like the later years of it, it's all like petty, aggressive, passive aggressive. Just I don't want to be here. I'm done with this shit. Stop bothering me.
Wow.
Yeah, that's Pan. It'd be like having 2 Pans on one podcast.
Yeah, nice. Opposites attract. We'll be like that one movie. I mean, that one music video with Paula Abdul and the cat that she wants to fuck. Good times.
No, you wouldn't be opposites. It would be the same.
Shit, and that wouldn't work out so well.
Yeah, a meeting of the minds, really.
Yeah.
A meeting of the minds. True.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't watch cartoons.
Big brain energy.
I never watched Infinity Train because I was too busy watching Apple and Onion because it came out the same time.
That's a stoner show. I don't care what no one
I love
says.
Apple and oh my. Let me tell you something. When the pilot of Infinity Train and Apple and Onion came out the same time, I loved the pilot for Apple and Onion. I thought that was way better. But then everywhere online, everyone was shitting on it. They were saying like, no, we don't want this. We want Infinity Train. I didn't really dig the trailer for Infinity Train. I mean, the pilot for Infinity Train. I thought it was okay.
Yeah, same here. I thought it was okay, but then I saw the actual show. It's like, whoa, this is fucking tight, yo.
I mean, the creator of Apple and Onion hasn't been on the podcast, have they?
No.
But Owen Dennis was, so I like Infinity Train more. So there we go.
No, hang on.
So,
my favorite part is like, so Owen Dennis, like before he got on, the creator of Infinity Train, he said, "Okay, I'll be on for 20 minutes," and we agreed to that, and he went on his merry way at the end. But I remember me basically saying, "So if you want to stay around longer, it'd be nice." And it's like,
no. and he said, "Nah, I kind of don't like you guys," and he never came back.
Yeah, it'd be that way.
Anyway, friend of the show, great guy. Glad to have him on.
Yeah.
He was nice. I liked him.
Yeah.
It was a good episode.
If you like him so much, why did you marry?
He can be on for longer than 20 minutes if you want.
He's a busy man. He's got to do Infinity Train Part 50.
Oh yeah.
You know, Infinity Train ain't gonna make itself.
All aboard. Whoop whoop.
All abort the fertility train.
Damn. Got him.
Oh god. Got him. All right, what else is on the docket? Video games. You guys like those? Zelda Skyward Sword.
I don't play
remastered.
Yeah.
At full fucking price.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Not remastered, upscaled.
Not just upscaled.
Ported. Hell yeah. Yeah, I don't like Nintendo anymore. I don't like. I hate this cycle of like they do something shitty and then they're all like, oh, but Nintendo Direct and everyone loves them again, and it's like, oh my god.
Same with Blizzard.
So frustrating.
You got Overwatch 2.
I'm tired. I'm tired of these video games. I'm tired of being caught up in their lives.
Yeah, Overwatch 2. It's slightly different.
Oh, Izzy also put
stuff on him.
Did you see the gameplay for the Shin-Chan game?
I don't. What's that about?
What about it?
Shin-Chan was like it was like an anime, like a raunchy anime. It was on Adult Swim.
I remember Shin-Chan, but I'm like, what's the game about?
I think it's like, it's him in his town, and he goes around and does little adventure. I guess it's looks like maybe a sandbox. I don't know. I didn't really. It's all in Japanese. I don't know what they're saying. It could be like a shooter for all I know.
Whoa, Shin-Chan locks and loads.
Shin-Chan Reloaded.
Over in Japan, they don't care about like making movies where children are murdering each other in high school. You can't do that here.
Yeah, this ain't Ben Shapiro.
Unless you're Ben Shapiro.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Adam.
2 days ago, I was walking up the steps of the Capitol when suddenly Ben Shapiro turned a corner, put his finger in my face, and said, "Yoho, show me your vid." And he tries his best to take photos.
Mr. Shapiro, I do not know what you're talking about.
What's up? I'm Ben Shapiro. That's how I sound.
That's terrible.
Oh yeah.
That's the worst. That's the worst Ben Shapiro impersonation ever.
That sounds pretty accurate.
You gotta do like a Mandark voice.
Oh no, big bro.
Let's say hypothetically, you took off your shoes.
Whoa.
And you let me lick those little niblets hypothetically.
Oh.
Awful.
Oh God. Yeah, Ben Shapiro's pretty great. We should get him on the podcast.
Maybe someday. We almost got Joey Salads on once. That was a classic.
You did?
Look, if PewDiePie could get Ben Shapiro, we could get Ben Shapiro.
Oh no.
Why did Joey Salads want to be on?
I have no idea. Like there was this one time I was just on Twitter, and then someone DM'd me, and I was like, "Who the hell is this? Some politician?" Because I didn't know who Joey Salads was at the time. And their profile was like running for governor or whatever he was doing. And I was like, sure, what is? And I got too lazy and I never contacted him again.
Did you reply back with the video where he's pissing in his own mouth?
I didn't know what he did. I never did that.
You never seen that video? He's like pisses in his own mouth, I think.
I didn't know my video when that came out. Oh shit. Oh no.
You could have talked to him about his hit video, Rufus Drink Social Experiment.
Say what?
Child social experiment.
I love his favorite video. I scream out the N-word in the hood. That was the funniest Joey Salad prank.
Comedy gold.
It was just like Die Hard.
Yeah, you really missed out on that one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, comedy gold.
Comedy gold.
Oh God.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
There's other animation news, possibly.
Is there? Do they still make cartoons?
When was
like the last cartoon they made?
The Tom and we could talk about the Tom and Jerry shorts.
It's not out yet. The movie.
No, do you know about the shorts?
There's the shorts.
The two shorts just sort of showed up yesterday on HBO Max. Tom and they're called the Tom and Jerry special shorts, and they're done by the same team who makes the recent Looney Tune ones. They're pretty good. You should check them out. There's only 2 of them so far, at least the last time I checked. But yeah, they're really cool. And the movie comes out, I guess, Friday, but they put these out early, out of nowhere.
I can't wait to watch the Jim Israel video about the Tom and Jerry movie. I don't want to watch the movie. I'd rather watch Jim talk about it.
Oh.
I can't. I don't form opinions. I just like copy whatever Jim says.
Oh, that's weird, but thank you.
You think that's weird?
That is weird, but thank you anyway.
I gotta make sure what's Jim opinions on any movie before I even talk about it.
Well, that's nice of you, though.
No, I don't do that. I do that for Red Letter Media, though. So
Okay. Well.
Which is Red Letter Media is like 3 gyms. It's like 3 gyms giving their opinion.
3 gyms.
Yeah, 3 gyms in a room giving their opinion.
That's weird.
You think that's weird?
I mean, I don't know. I don't really think of myself, but
you should get on Red Alert Media, Jim. I think they'll dig you.
Oh, I mean, if they want me, I'd be down.
Yeah, we should. That could be a hashtag. We get a hashtag going. Jim for Red Letter Media.
Sure.
So, hang on. Trying to check the topics of things that I was excited for. Let me see. Splatoon 3. No, wait, the Mortal Kombat movie.
Yes. Oh, we forgot about that.
Mortal
you like that?
Fucking Kombat. At least that's getting released. Yes. Finally, after being invisible for 10,000 years, they finally showed a damn trailer. They announced this movie decades ago.
It's a really good trailer.
Yeah.
An ice blood knife?
Yeah, I forgot.
Whoa!
I didn't think he
never seen that before.
I haven't played a Mortal Kombat game since 11 and Deadly Alliance on the fucking GameCube. So it's wait, Sub-Zero can bend blood and it's not just Scarlet? What the fuck is this bullshit? When could he do that?
Wait, he doesn't bend the blood. He covers it in ice.
It conveniently shapes into a knife. That counts as blood bending.
Convenient.
I don't
think it count. I think he can freeze blood pen. You know that?
He can
keep it frozen.
It looks like it turns into a knife, a pointy thing. It's that's not how blood works. It should splatter all over the place.
I'm sorry. Are you really bring this up when there's
wait a second, that guy
ice and
that guy has cyborg arms. He has big old. That's not how. You can't get cyborg arms in real life.
I was not informed prior that he'd have blood bending powers.
No, he froze it though.
He froze the blood. What is? Why do you call it blood bending?
It shapes into a knife and then he freezes it. He shaped it. It has to.
You don't think Sub-Zero's practiced this before?
This is so weird. I don't know why you're calling it blood bending.
Is he calculating at the how the splatter's gonna work?
I think he's improving. He's improving in the middle of a fight.
That's not how blood splatter works. It would have been all over the place, but it doesn't just turn into a perfect stream. This is I'll take the four-armed man, the guy with robot arms, but this is too far.
Wait. How are you a blood splatter expert?
I don't know. You see,
this might be the dumbest. When it comes to blood effects, it might be the dumbest thing I think I've heard the focus on.
I think it's cool. I was like, this is awesome. I was down for it.
I agree. It's cool. It's cool that he makes an ice blade out of blood. I just think it's weird to nitpick that oh, that's not how blood shapes. You can't make a knife shape.
Yeah.
It's still cool.
Yeah, he doesn't have blood bending powers, and it looks like he's blood bending. That's my problem.
He froze it.
He bent it and then froze it.
What he does is that he freezes the particles in the blood, and that's how he moves it into a shape of a knife.
Okay, that makes a little more sense. See, that's somewhat of an explanation.
God, it's like you haven't watched Hunter x Hunter.
What the hell is that? I don't watch that Bart Simpson anime.
Holy shit, that is great.
I've been using the bathroom a little bit here. I don't know what to talk about.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Yeah,
that's pretty good.
But has anyone talked about how they think the Black Ranger from Power Rangers that's in it is going to be Johnny Cage?
Wait, what?
Are they going to make Johnny Cage black?
Finally.
He's Asian.
Finally.
Damn.
Wait.
It's crazy.
Oh.
Which Black Ranger?
From Power Rangers.
I thought you meant the black guy who was the Black Ranger.
Oh, I thought you were referring to the guy that was in Rhapsody Street Kids, yeah.
No. I'm talking about in the Power Rangers movie that came out that was recent.
Yeah.
The Asian guy who played the Black Ranger. He's in it as a new character. But I am 90% sure at the end of it, he's going to get a movie deal, and he's going to change his name to Johnny Cage,
or that's his,
like a Jackie Chan,
or maybe it's his screen name. Yeah.
What is this actor's name?
Wouldn't the generic answer be oh yeah, well my birth name is Liu Kang? Wouldn't that be the generic answer?
In it.
Wait. Who is he? Is he an OC? Do Not Seal then?
Yeah, it's an OC new character.
The new character that's in it, that has no origin from the games. I think he's going to end up being Johnny Cage by the end of the movie.
He's
he's going to become famous, and then he's just going to be call me Johnny Cage, because because Jackie Chan, his original name was not Jackie Chan. I think that was a stage name, right?
What?
Like he Americanized himself.
It's all a lie. I'm gonna look this up. Jackie Chan's.
I'm gonna do a little game theory. I bet he's gonna be Shao Kahn, but a younger one that traveled back in time.
What's Jackie Chan's real name? Is Chan Kong Sang? What the fuck?
Yeah. Jackie isn't a Chinese name. I don't know what you're thinking.
Jackie Chan was a real name.
I have some bad things to tell you about Bruce Lee.
Yeah, Bruce isn't a Chinese name.
I bet you think Goku's his real name.
Oh, it's all ruined.
Yeah, it's all
magic's ruined.
Jackie Chan.
No, his name is Kakarot.
Jackie Chan's real name. It's a lie.
I just don't think like the Mortal Kombat movies could be super great, but it looks fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
Looks serviceable.
I mean, these are all just Enter the Dragon, but with supernatural stuff. But I'm for it. It looks exciting.
Yeah.
So.
I don't think I've ever been super invested in Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, I got into it recently. Yeah, it was great.
I think what I really like though is what I really like with the recent games is like the kind of like other franchise like DLC characters they'll bring in.
Oh,
like they'll have like Spawn and like RoboCop in the same game. I love seeing those.
People don't know when or if Bruce Campbell's gonna be in it as Ash, so everyone's waiting on that.
I think they should just take all the models, drop the Mortal Kombat characters, and just put all the famous ones together, like a horror movie Smash Brothers.
Yeah, that's
just
called.
I think Smash Brothers.
Dead by Daylight.
Yeah, I think wasn't there like a fan game that was like that, where it's like Bruce Campbell, Leatherface, the Reanimator, and they all like fought each other?
I mean, so you can.
I know that was like a little indie game.
You could call that it was like Dead by Daylight. That's what it is. All those girls that are into slashers love that stuff, you know.
Girls really love slashers.
I've really gotten into them. Like as of October 2020, I've done nothing but watch horror movies.
Horror.
It's like my favorite genre now.
Real life is a horror film for me.
Horror
right now.
Well, that's the point. Like out of all the genres, like sci-fi, sci-fi and other ones, I can't remember specifically the list here, but like a lot of them don't have a big entry for women, but like horror is really popular with women.
Mm-hmm.
And the fan theory is because the world's really shitty to women, and so if you're just going to be treated shitty, at least in horror movies, their shittiness is being like treated for real, like it's being addressed. You know, you always have a final girl, things like that. Like horror, as much as it has horror, horrors in it.
Whoa,
horrors.
Yeah, horror.
How come all these whores are into horror films?
But a lot of horror movies end up being pretty feminist.
That's
feminist. Them feminists is nice.
I agree with some of them being a little bit feminist. There's the whole like but a lot of it's kind of like the angle is like, oh yeah, as long as you don't do drugs and stay a virgin, you'll be fine.
Yeah, from Scream.
The 80s.
That's like explicit like in a lot of them.
No, it's just
what I'm saying.
Kind of in the 70s, 80s. Not all of them anymore. The Scream kind of.
Well, no, not anymore.
Yeah, I mean, like especially modern horror movies. There's just a shocking amount of like, I don't know, like
what
feminist.
What modern? I really do love a lot of modern horror films. What's some of your favorite, Izzy?
I'm really big into Trick or Treat. If you follow
I love Trick or Treat.
Trick or Treat's like the perfect horror movie for me. It just hits everything I ever want from a Halloween. I'm trying to think because I've watched so many. Like literally the other day, I watched like 3 horror movies back to back to back, and I can't. It's all kind of starting to blend together, especially since my favorite horror movie genre is anthology.
Really, I kind of don't really like anthologies because I think my problem is that I think Trick or Treat's like the only anthology where I like each story in it, because the majority of anthologies for me, I only really like one of them and I don't like the others.
Well, for me, I really enjoy them because they're basically like 6 to 8 short films with different things that could be good or bad. Any particular bad story, it's going to be over in like 10, 15 minutes. And so you can get to one that you enjoy. Like I recently watched Holiday, where it's 8 anthology stories about each holiday.
Isn't Seth Green in that one?
Seth Green's in it, and also Kevin Smith wrote one of them.
Oh no!
Is that the best segment?
It's interesting.
It's
weird.
It tried.
Considering because Kevin Smith's one's Halloween, and it's basically about this internet pimp.
Oh yeah.
That like it's like pimping out cam girls. I don't think that's how that works.
How do pimps adapt to the OnlyFans era? That's what I'm curious about.
They don't.
Damn.
They're dying out.
Cutting out the middleman.
This guy's like abusing them, and then like they decide to knock him out, and then they put a vibrator up his ass, super glue it shut, and then the vibrator is also attached to a car battery, like, and they get their revenge on that. But like, it really feels like Kevin Smith goes out of his way to write roles for his daughter, and it's weird that he put his daughter in a role of a cam girl.
Oh no!
His daughter Harley Quinn.
He just loves his daughter.
He named his daughter Harley Quinzel. That's like if I named my daughter Raven. That's fucked up.
Yeah.
I named my daughter Wednesday, so it's not as bad.
When he did that, Harley Quinn wasn't what she is now, but
yeah, he did it before it was cool.
Oh
yeah.
I have a high school friend who named his daughter Harley too because of Harley Quinn.
Oh
yeah. Izzy, do you know the name of this one? I guess it's a go for anyone who might be able to help me identify this film, but it's like an anthology horror film that's like, I think it has the word South in the title, and there's like these weird like kind of like Sand Reaper looking things, and it's this kind of like weird loose kind of like going in a circle kind of time loop thing with the anthologies. You know what I'm talking about?
Not
it's like
familiar.
I don't want to say Southland Tales because I don't think that's the title. I think that's something else.
That ain't no. That's something different.
Oh god, because I saw that movie at a small indie movie theater, and it was like the same thing how I mentioned with other anthologies where I only end up liking one of them. Well, the one that I really liked, like they had a Q&A with all the directors. Southbound. Yeah, Southbound. So they had a Q&A with all of the directors afterwards, and the director for the one that I liked wasn't there for the Q&A.
Oh.
Yeah, so I was like, damn, I couldn't gush about how much I liked that one.
Too good for this BS.
Too good. Some people are just a little too good. I saw Candyman last night, the original. You guys seen that one?
No.
Yeah.
I don't like bees.
I thought the cinematography was really good. I thought it looked really good. Like it was a really good looking movie. But I don't know. It felt too like, it's like one of those movies where it's all like, oh, this is the story of Black people told for the point of view of a white person. And I don't know. I couldn't shake that off. Like while watching the thing, it felt too like, and by the end, it felt too like kind of like white savory for me, you know, like, oh, thank you, white lady, for saving us, you know.
I can feel that.
I haven't seen it in a while.
Series that if you want to watch that's like through the Black perspective would be the Tales of the Hood.
Yeah, that is actually
those are actually pretty decent.
Yeah.
No, I believe I've seen the beginning of it.
I mean, they're doing that Candyman reboot whenever they let them release that, so maybe that'll be better at doing that kind of
That's what I'm hoping. I mean, because from the trailers, it seems like the main character is like a Black person, so it's like, okay, so maybe this is more up my alley. Did you know that the short story that the Candyman is based on, like it wasn't like he wasn't even Black in that? Like I don't think there was any Black people in the original short story, and it took place like in Liverpool, England, which I thought was like.
No, I didn't know that, but
yeah, it's interesting.
There's Black people in Liverpool.
Yeah, but there wasn't Black people explicitly in this short story, is what I'm saying.
Well, I mean, it's a story. You got to use your imagination, you know.
Yeah, maybe you read it that way.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry, J.K. Rowling. All right, I'm sorry. I assume that our characters are white. My bad.
If you read a story and you don't at least imagine at least one out of the third characters in this text story Black, you're racist.
You know what?
Damn.
I think I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it. Books books are just lazy comics.
Yeah.
There, I said it.
What?
Yeah, it's
Because
true.
look, does the author really want me to use my brain power to imagine what their characters look like?
Yeah.
You could say that. I mean, comics are just lazy animation, you know?
Just stop being a lazy bum and show me what the character looks like.
yeah.
Come on. Come on, Stephen King. Draw a couple characters for me.
We need movie adaptation so we can picture what the book now looks like.
I can't read things without pictures. Unironically, it's been a problem since I've been 5.
Need a visual stimulus.
What was that?
There is 2 pans on this podcast.
Yeah.
Oh,
We don't have time.
wait, who's the second pan? Is that Jim?
No, it's you.
Oh.
Pan also refuses to watch anything that has subtitles.
Yeah, it's
No,
hard.
I watch things. No, I watch things with subtitles all the time.
It's hard.
No, I'm joking when I say I can't read. Even though I can't read, I can only listen to audiobooks.
Yeah, reading's overrated.
Reading's overrated.
Are we going through a tunnel? What's going on?
What's
Yeah.
going on?
I feel like someone's mic just went through a Pringles can.
Oh, my bad. I'm putting my mic through a Pringles can right now. Should have gave you the heads up.
Start crunching the Pringles chips real loud in the microphone.
Oh man.
Oh god.
What Pringle flavors you got?
I don't got Pringles, but I'll cut once I edit the podcast. I'll cut that out and add some Pringle sound effects.
That's some crunching.
Yeah, I'll just cut out this whole part and just add a bunch of Pringle sound effects, and that'll be the rest of the podcast.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna just reference sound effects to make you have to edit them in.
All right, just tell me anything. I'll add it in. I don't any sound effect. Just list it off.
Any
I'll put
sound
it in.
effect?
Yeah, any sound effect.
Could I have everything that's copyrighted specifically by the Disney Corporation? So
UMG.
R2D2.
Can you make a song out of the Wilhelm scream, Goofy scream?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll add that in. I'll add that in right now. Actually,
all at once.
Every time there's dead air, I'll add in a different Disney-owned sound effect.
That'd be a good idea.
Yeah, so the episode gets taken down.
Here's a question from the podcast by T. Cleffy. Can Butch Hartman's reputation get any lower?
Oh, because today...
Did something happen with him today?
Oh, yeah,
What
he
happened?
traced Someone's Attack on Titan fan art and stole the pose and everything, and charged $200 for this commission.
What a fucking king.
I mean, to be fair, this ain't the first time he traced, so yeah.
Yeah, it's just look at this point. It's who cares? He doesn't. Why should we?
Katrin said it best. Was can we see a better example of a mediocre white guy failing upwards in animation?
Damn.
That's so right.
I agree. That's why Seth MacFarlane is my favorite mediocre white guy in animation.
Remember when Seth MacFarlane was everywhere in the 2010s?
Oh yeah.
Doesn't he still have 3 shows?
Yeah.
Does he? What happened to that?
In the 2010s, he was trying to become more of a actor and a face.
That's true. You're right. Yeah, that's true. I know. Well, because he has he is trying to get a serious dramatic show made now.
Yeah.
Oh, a World War II show, and it sounds like he's still trying to be an actor. No, I'm serious.
No, it's funny that he's trying.
But he has
no
the thing is he's worth so much to so many studios because he has what doesn't he have Family Guy, American Dad, The Orville? Is that still on? He just makes too many shows. It's ridiculous.
The Cleveland Show, classic. Did his Star Trek show get canceled? Does anyone still watch that?
The Orville? I don't know.
Yeah.
It was on for a couple. I actually don't know.
I remember the meme for a while. Was that people like that more than the current Star Trek shows.
Damn.
Sad.
But I think the Star Trek shows are still going on. I don't think
It currently has a 3rd season due to release on Hulu in late 2021.
Ooh. Here's a question by a friend of the show, Bedhead Bernie.
Yeah.
Do you think Scott Pilgrim deserves the love-hate reputation it has nowadays?
Oh.
Nah.
Scott Pilgrim, taught me
Like-
to just say fuck it. The girl has colorful hair. I'm attracted to that. Whatevs. Don't think about
Does that movie teach you that? I feel like you knew that before.
Well, it's like I don't know, man. It's
I think the comic and the movie are unironically good. Like they're good pieces of media. There's just that like just anything revolving around like gamers and white boys is always gonna kind of have like that cringe factor around it, you know?
Yeah, I mean, just people like misinterpreting it and stuff is just gonna happen.
They're the millennial version of like Romeo and Juliet or like Harley Quinn and Joker, where like people consider them like relationship goals.
Oh yeah,
but they clearly haven't read the actual text in the books because like Scott's kind of an asshole.
Oh yeah, that's what
kind of a bitch.
Me and my
kind of the point. Like,
yeah,
his friends hate him.
Yeah, me and my friends are doing like we're doing a we're rereading Scott Pilgrim together where everyone does a different voice, and it's so like entertaining seeing like, because when I read Scott Pilgrim I was pretty young, but reading it now I'm like, whoa, this guy's a way bigger asshole than I remember.
Is it? Because when
no, but Pan, it's all about him finding out that he's like Scott Pilgrim is all about how much of an asshole he is, and he's like, oh shit, I'm an asshole.
Yeah.
I was
him learning to get over himself, basically.
When I first saw it, I always thought like he was like very flawed, and like I never thought of it as like a perfect movie, but I'm getting the impression a lot of people saw it when they were younger and thought it was like kind of a perfect thing, and then when they got old, oh wait a minute,
yeah,
because
People
like
love it for the style.
no, the style is great, but
Yeah.
to me, like the best Edgar Wright stuff is the English stuff. His American stuff's always like cool, but never as good as like, you know.
I mean, it sucks that his like second movie is like the best movie he ever made.
Yeah, but they're still good. Like Baby Driver, like anytime it's on, I end up watching it.
So, I love Baby Driver. I'm just saying that like I feel like Hot Fuzz is a high ass pedestal.
No,
I like
it is. But
yeah.
I think it's just like it's not. I've noticed there's like this whole thing about like how toxic it is and stuff, and I'm like, I thought that was always there. I don't know where y'all been, but I think it just, you know, he is a jerk. Like he's a shitty. But I think a lot of people didn't think about it, and now they are.
I think it's most people took it as a brain off movie, you know, and then
Yeah.
like, haha,
Video
funny
games.
video. It's like a video game.
Whoa, video games.
Yeah,
and then they had to actually deal with it.
But I would also say that if they only know Scott Pilgrim through the movie, a lot of the like deep text isn't there because it's, you know, it's 7 books shortened into one and it has a different ending and such. But like
6
the
books.
make it, yeah, the 6 books have like so much of him like much more clear that he's an asshole and they're kind of not good for each other, and
yeah, especially like it weirds me out that like originally the ending for the movie was going to be that him and Knives were going to get together, and it's like, man,
yeah,
the point of that whole series entirely. Edgar Wright.
That girl's 17. What the fuck? Or like 15, or I don't know.
Yeah.
Look, it was a different time. It was 2010.
Oh.
20.
I mean, like, if you really think about it, Scott Pilgrim, the movie is about a adult cheating on his underage girlfriend with a hot emo girl or a hot
hey,
or whatever.
Hey, he cheated on both of them at the same time, as we learned in book 5, which I just read. Haha.
Yeah, but it's like I don't see how you think Scott Pilgrim's a good character or like a good person. You know, it's there.
Look, it's the dream. Like, don't you just want to wear a graphic T-shirt and have a girl that dyes their hair?
No.
Don't you want to wear a graphic T-shirt?
I never want to wear a graphic tee ever.
Yeah, first of all, I refuse to wear graphic tees anymore, and I also am the girl that dyes her hair.
Yeah, me too. I'm the girl that dyes my hair too.
Hilarious.
Scott Pilgrim is my favorite. Mediocre white boy failing upward story. 10 out of 10. I like the movie more than the book. I like the movie more than the book because I think I just like Edgar Wright more than Brian Lee O'Malley. Nothing against Brian Lee O'Malley. I think he's a great artist.
Yeah, for sure.
I think he's cool, but I refuse to follow him on Twitter. When I follow him, he made a tweet.
Oh wait, you're cutting out what?
Week.
Really?
Oh, yeah. To repeat in case I got cut out, I refuse to follow him on Twitter because when I did follow him on Twitter, once a week he would make the bread makes you fat as a tweet, and it would get like retweets and stuff. But it's like every week, man. Like you post that too often.
Look, he patted himself on the back when he came up with that line. He thought, like, yeah, this is the 10 out of 10 banger line.
We'll never
now
eat
he just
bread
sort of
the
streams
same...
Dark.
We'll never eat bread
Now
the
he
same
just
way
streams
again.
Dark Souls.
Oh yeah, he's a gamer.
What a king.
Yeah.
What an absolute king.
You use that phrase a lot.
Yeah.
What king?
Yeah.
What? Because he is. What can I not? Can I not give it up for my fellow kings in the audience? Hello.
Yeah. Round of applause.
You know what? You're right. I should also give it out to my fellow queens in the audience too. To all the royalty in the audience. Shout out to you guys.
No women watch this show.
That's true.
Probably not true.
Yeah.
I've like followed back. There's a shocking amount of really hot women that like watch this.
That's okay. Link all their Twitter accounts right now.
Yeah.
Okay. Shout outs to Wednesday in particular. She's a stripper.
Tell her we want her on the show. Tell all these like 10 hot women that we want to at the same time.
At the same time.
All right.
Yeah, it'd be great.
We'll do it.
Yeah, do the mega hot woman cast.
Yeah, do the harem cast.
That.
There's Emma, first of all, friend of the show.
Yeah.
There's Wednesday. Apparently, it's her birthday today. I just clicked on her.
Happy birthday, Emma.
Happy
birthday. Wednesday. Wednesday's birthday.
Happy birthday, Wednesday. This episode's for you.
Here's a link.
All right. Cool.
Her Twitter name is Stripper Waifu.
Okay, here's a question by at Squid Does Stuff. He asks, "Can the guest tell Pan to shut the fuck up?"
What did I do?
No.
I don't know, but apparently Squid does. Like, I don't know. Pan doesn't talk enough for someone to tell him to shut the fuck up.
You're the guest.
Yeah.
Look, I'm still feeling guilty about like not contacting any of those Frederator people. I'm just like, oh, I don't know.
No, you don't.
You're
too late.
I've definitely. You know what's funny? We've had this conversation before, and you were like, "Well, whatever." I don't know why it's hitting you now.
I don't remember that at all.
Izzy, this stripper waifu doesn't have any pictures in their media tab. What am I supposed to look at?
I don't know. It literally says she started her thing fresh.
Oh wait, they got an OnlyFans. Let me see. Let me see what their prices are. Live on the podcast, we're gonna look at her prices.
Let's move on.
Hey,
I'm sorry.
move on.
Yeah, you're making it weird.
Audio medium.
Let's just move on.
Yeah.
$3.50 a month.
You can stop.
No, move on, dude.
All right. Okay. My bad.
Calm thy tits.
Speaking of OnlyFans, you know, sometimes I have the conflict where it's like, do I want to spend $10 on like a single OnlyFans subscription or pay $10 for someone that has a free OnlyFans, but they're like, they have like a $10 photo set? It's like, which one to choose?
I feel it.
Really is a conundrum.
I think,
you both.
I don't know. You're trying like to say, I don't know. It depends. I remember there was like an OnlyFans I followed that was like $10 a month, and she didn't even show a nipple. Like, what's your take on that? You think $10 is not enough for a nipple?
OnlyFans isn't a porn site, right? Like, it just a lot of sex workers use it.
It is now.
Yeah, I follow a piano instructor.
I mean,
nobody's
on
following
OnlyFans?
your stock portfolio. All right.
OnlyFans was originally supposed to be a competitor to Patreon.
Well,
I mean, it sort of worked out.
I know that, but I mean, like,
but
I don't know. Like, if I mention that I want to see nipple, I mean, I don't know. Like, isn't it assuming I'm talking about a sex worker on OnlyFans?
Yeah.
Sure, but I mean, at the same time, it's also not like a rule that they have to have it. I know plenty of people who post just lewdful, like, you know, not safe for work cosplays, but they don't get naked. They just, you know, it's, you know, more cleavage, bikini, etc.
Yeah.
A lot of the
I have seen that.
Yeah, I know a lot of the bigger like celebrities aren't posting nudes. like on their thing.
That's lame.
Yeah,
that was
It's
a
because they're
ripoff.
celebrities; they can afford not to.
That's a ripoff. If they keep doing that, they're going to trigger the next Fappening.
Uh-oh.
Fappening 2.
Fappening 2.
The Reckoning.
What's Fappening?
Started by CheesyManfredo.
Oh no! Don't say that. The FBI is going to come to my house.
Uh-oh.
I think the guy who started the Fappening, I think he did get arrested by the FBI.
Good.
Just a man in Guantanamo Bay. What are you in for? I started the Fappening.
He had a wife and kid too. I think like imagine like the FBI showing up to your pad and you're like they're arresting your husband because he triggered this massive like celebrity nude leak.
I don't have a husband. I can't picture that.
No, just pretend you're the husband.
Pretend you're the child of seeing your dad be carted away for starting the Fappening.
Goo goo gaga.
Talking about it anymore.
Pan, pretend you started the Fappening.
Oh, it's like I would if I pretended if I woke up in like someone's body, it's like, oh shit, help! I woke up in someone's body and they did something bad, but I'm not a part of that. Help!
I just saw that horror movie, Possessor.
Oh, I need to see that. Damn it!
Is that good? Right. I keep hearing mixed things about it.
My roommate really liked it. I wasn't invested in it.
I need to get around to it. Oh, I have a podcast question, I guess. What awful live action movie would you remake as why? From Baccarat, I guess?
Remake a live action awful movie into animated, huh?
Yeah.
Freddy Got Fingered.
Classic. It's about animation. It works.
But see, Freddy Got Fingered isn't awful though, so that doesn't work.
Yeah, Freddy Got Fingered is a 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
I'm going through my list.
I don't know if it's a 10, but
I want Freddy Got Fingered to be an animated movie, but instead the guy's trying to shoot live action, like it's reversed.
Ooh,
pretty good.
Hell yeah, that'd be confusing.
Okay, that's the see now we can't come up with any others.
The original Blade Runner should have been animated.
That's cool.
Yeah, but that's not. See, you have to come up with an awful movie.
No, but the original Blade Runner was like pretty just okay. It wasn't really that good.
Oh, all this normie white dudes are gonna come after you.
Fuck them.
They want us to choose stuff like The Room or Birdemic or
But those are like already 10 out of 10 live action.
I think, man, I feel like I have to think of some.
The Mario movie.
Oh, you know what? Green Book would be so much better if Green Book was animated.
Yeah, and then instead of them being black and white people, they're animals.
Okay, I wasn't gonna do that.
It just makes Utopia.
I don't know what. Yeah, I have to think of some. I feel like I could come up with something good, but I can't.
They should remake Trash Humpers animated.
Trash Humpers.
Yeah, you never heard of Trash Humpers?
No, what the hell is that?
2009 Harmony Korine movie, Trash Humpers.
Remake a Serbian film animated.
Classic. Yeah, that already exists in anime.
Actually, one movie that would be a lot better, and I don't think is that great. That movie Tenet. If they remade that animated, it'd be way better.
Be easier to film.
That would be good.
Yeah, it would be like way better because that movie's like not that. All Chris Nolan movies are visually pretty dull, so it'd be like way more interesting. I'm really going after the normie white dude film taste, but
you're a normie white dude, Jim.
Yeah,
that's
but
not how dare you insult Jim?
I don't have bad taste. I don't make that my personality.
Seen your channel.
Not a normie white dude. He's an indie white dude.
Every Jim video has one dislike, and they're all from Izzy.
Now, Izzy gives me emotional likes all the time.
Oh yeah, I mean, like, I pop into your Saturday night show a lot.
Yeah, I need to figure out the Streamlabs thing. Have you on for realsies?
That'd be great. I call him during this podcast because I know he'll answer the phone.
Oh, I keep my phone next to me. You never know. Tom Cruise has called in. Izzy's called in. Lots of big time celebrities. You know,
awesome.
My new favorite thing is whenever my friends are streaming, like you or CR, and I'm like in the living room where it's on the TV, I'll be like, "Hey, watch this." I'll type in the chat, and you guys are like, "Oh, hi, Izzy." And
oh yeah.
Well, it's also easier because other people I know will go in the chat, but since everyone knows you, I'll not only see your name, I'll see all these things in the chat like Izzy, and I'll be like, oh, okay, which makes it way more noticeable because I always notice immediately because I suddenly see this one name a million times. You know. So yeah.
I can't think, like, I don't know, even like maybe The Last Starfighter as an animated movie.
Oh, that would be good actually.
Hang on, isn't that
that's not awful, but I would say that's good.
That's
yeah, that's the thing. It's because for every idea I think would be cool for animated movie is actually a good movie. So it's like, well, what's the point then? Really,
I actually think that the idea of, I mean, this is a long-standing thing I wish would happen is stop making animated movies live action. Start making live action movies animated, because I would see any movie that did like that. Sounds way more interesting. If you could make Citizen Kane and make it animated, that would be far more interesting than like Cruella or whatever. Like, I don't care about that. Like, I would much rather see a good animated version of like any movie other than like Wizard of Oz. You don't need to do that. But
if you could like clip out every like Citizen Kane reference in The Simpsons, and then you have the whole complete animated like Citizen Kane movie right there.
Oh yeah, I've heard that there's cuts to those.
Actually, you know what? I think would be a good movie, a live action movie that could be animated is Scanners by Cronenberg.
That's a good choice.
Yeah, because that already like feels like an anime. It feels like it has like a very anime plot. It just like it could be visually more interesting to look at.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
all right.
The end of the podcast.
Oh, I guess so. Unless you want to answer one more.
Sure.
Wait, this one might be interesting. I don't know if you guys have been up with this kind of drama, but at Rack Yak ask opinions on gatekeeping.
It's like,
and I think they're referring to that one specific tweet that blew up, where this one guy lists off like 12 like mainstream animes and says that if you like any of these animes, you are a normie and you should be gatekeeped out of the anime fandom.
That's like saying, hey, you gotta work hard to be an anime fan or an animation fan. It's like, is that anything to be proud of? That's like saying hang on. It's like saying you pissed in the shower and like you call yourself a shower pisser because you pissed once every time. I mean, you got to piss 3 times a day in the shower. Like, you got to use that as your toilet next, you know?
The thing with the gatekeeping thing that I find weird now is that I've heard this on podcasts. I've talked to people about this. Gatekeeping used to be where, like, if you were into something, someone who, like, supposedly doesn't normally talk about that stuff would be like, oh my God, you're into that? Here's all my knowledge about this thing. And I guess because of the internet, now it's become this whole like almost like arms race thing where it's like, oh no, you have to do it to this extreme amount and stuff. Like those people are hurting what they like more than they're helping it. Just if someone's into something, just be like, oh hey, you started to get into anime, that's cool. Why don't you check out this show that I really like? And maybe they'll like 2 shows you're not watching that are actually cool. Like, I don't know. Gatekeeping is just for a bunch of
like a lot of the people who probably are gatekeeping now probably got into it because someone was just like, oh, here's some shows you can watch. Like they were just open.
Just like I don't think gatekeeping.
They're acting like they had to run the gauntlet to watch fucking art.
You gotta be hey,
be open to people. Gatekeeping's not helpful.
Yeah, you gotta be like, hey, shit. You gotta ask someone like, hey, what you watching? And they tell you what show, and you're like, oh, I guess I'll watch that, but you never do. But you kind of want to because it's like, damn, they're fucking hot. I guess I gotta watch that show now and try to like get into that, but you don't get into that.
Literally me.
Yeah, sucks.
Literally me. It's like, I don't know, it's like trying to feel special for your hobbies. Like, oh, I'm so special because I have this hobby. Like, gatekeeping anime is like the most idiotic phrase I've ever heard. Because like it's saying gatekeeping books. Like, oh, if you haven't read these many books, you shouldn't read any more books.
It's very similar to like comic book people and stuff. Where at one point people were made fun of for liking this thing, and then all of a sudden it's popular. And so I think like people kind of associate their hurt with the medium. Like, you know, you're not allowed to like video games. I was bullied for liking video games. You like it now when it's easy, you know, that type of shit.
Like Sunday morning.
Yeah, so you have to be. It's a rite of passage to like this stuff.
If you're like a American who's like, oh yeah, I've liked anime since the beginning. It's like, well, what about people in Japan who have watched it before you?
Yeah,
like,
what the fuck?
It's just like a weird rabbit hole to get into that is impossible to escape.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is it's dumb. It comes from insecurity.
Sexual
you know, and plus that guy was like a fucking troll. If you look at anything on his feed,
shit posting.
I don't even know if I call him a troll. I call him an idiot. I think he's the most idiotic person on Twitter.
It could be just shit posting, like whatevs, you know.
He was eating up the reason why I call him a troll is because he was just kind of like the response was not like, even though it was backlash, it was totally what he wanted. He wanted attention, which is very troll-like behavior.
Yeah,
so I don't even want to fucking talk about this on here because you're just doing what he wanted.
Yeah,
that's a good point. That's a good point.
Yeah. Like, it's fucking stupid.
Y'all care about this shit too much, you know? It's like, who cares?
This is why I don't watch anime.
Yeah, being an anime fan or a cartoon fan, that's nothing to be proud of. That's like...
Let's go back to bullying people who like anime.
It's time to me become a self-hating cartoon fan, you know?
Hashtag bully anime fan.
Wait, start being that. When did you not start? Stop being that.
It's like... Oh,
got him.
So
did you just come? That was a weird moment.
I don't know. Huh.
Oh yeah. Tell me how much I hate fucking cartoons. Tell me again.
Cartoon nut jerk. Comedy.
All right. So, any more questions, or is this the end?
Yeah, unless you got one more.
No, I'm good.
Yeah, I think it's good. We're good.
Yeah, it's 10 o'clock my time. I want to go to bed.
All right. Good night, every pony. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.